Get ready for work with me. And today I am going to be talking about why you don't need to be perfect to see progress. I know. It's a hot topic, ladies and gentlemen. I have struggled with this before myself. Sometimes it feels like if you're not perfect, you won't see those results, especially when it comes to, for me, nutrition. And I feel like that for a lot of my clients. Working out is usually an easier part of the journey. And I say that because you don't need to do a lot to elicit muscle growth. I mean, you do need to consistently work out, but it only takes, 45 minutes in a day versus nutrition, which is a 24, well, let's say you sleep for 8 hours. So like a 16-hour time period during your day where we are eating to fuel our goals. And so often I have my clients that will, and myself included, we have an all or nothing mindset. And when you do that, that leads to a lot of lack of consistency, really. So I'm just going to speak on myself. I have had this conversation with a lot of clients, but for myself, when you're constantly trying to be perfect and constantly failing, because none of us are perfect, it's very discouraging. And when you feel like you can't do it and you can't keep up with what you're supposed to be doing, my hair is bothering me. When you can't keep up with what you're supposed to be doing, it feels like you're never going to see results because you keep quitting. And that's where I see a lot of the issues. So many of my clients, myself included, you feel like, let's get specific. You're like, okay, I need to eat X amount of calories to see results. And then I also need to eat this amount of protein. Hi, welcome. I'm talking about how you don't need to be perfect. Hello, cucumber. It's funny. How am I doing today? I'm doing good. I'm doing a little get ready with me before work, and I'm talking about fitness because that is what I always talk about. I'm talking about you don't have to be perfect to see results. So many of my clients, myself included, throw in the towel. You know what I mean? After one mistake. And do you know what quitting gets you? Nothing. Quitting will never get you the results that you're looking for. So, thank you. How are you today? Welcome. If you're new here, we're talking about how you don't need to be perfect to see results and to see progress in terms of fitness and nutrition. Please like this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it so that more people can join us. I'm probably only going to be on here for about 20 more minutes, so try and get all my ideas out. Hi, Nick. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm talking about fitness today. I'm talking about how perfection is the murderer of results. And I say that tongue in cheek, but I just truly believe for myself and clients, if you're trying to be perfect, it often leads to discouragement. So I will tell my clients, if you didn't do perfect on this, that's okay. Tomorrow we'll do it again. If you didn't do perfect on this today, that's okay. We'll do perfect on something else. So it's all a give and take. I would say nothing in fitness is linear. Very rarely have I seen that. Give this a thumbs up if you're new here. Welcome. Very rarely do I see people's progress just boom, whether it's fat loss or muscle gain. Typically it goes including myself. And I feel like, especially for myself as a personal trainer, and I'm helping so many people see results, I try and be absolutely perfect. So I'm like, oh, I'm the trainer, I'm the teacher, I have to be perfect. I have to make sure that I don't do this, I don't do that. But really, I think showing imperfections to my clients included makes it more relatable and more attainable, that we can all make mistakes but still see results. So yes, you can see progress without perfection. I struggled with that for so long, especially like I said in my nutrition. If I didn't eat perfectly or follow the plan that I was trying to follow, I immediately was just super discouraged. And I would just basically throw in the towel. And I think I see that so many times with my clients too. Like, people will just be like, oh, I messed up, or I ate an extra chip, I ate extra tacos, or whatever it may be. And then they throw in the towel, and then they definitely won't see results. So at least if you just keep trying, you're definitely closer to seeing results than quitting. You know what I mean? Hi, welcome. We're talking about fitness. If you're new here, please give me a thumbs up. It helps other people find my channel if you're enjoying this. I try and go live every day. I typically am doing a get ready with me when I go live. I might go live later today and maybe do like cooking if you guys are interested. I was live on TikTok doing cooking yesterday. Welcome. If you're new here, we're talking about perfection. Something that I think about often is enjoying the moments that we're in right now is so important, because I feel like, especially with my clients and myself, I will look back on times when I thought that I was like bigger and didn't look as good, and now I'm like, wow, I wish I looked like that again when I thought I was, you know, overweight or not my best. I'm often like, wow, I would look like that again for sure. So I think living in the moment and being proud of the progress that you have made is also a really big deal for making sure that you can keep going, even if you're not perfect. Because if you're thinking back to a time when you thought you did look better, or you had the better body type, you didn't think you were perfect then either, but now you think you were perfect then. Does that make sense? Are you guys following? I just think that as a society, and I'm only speaking from my own experiences, we are really hard on ourselves. You know, we're never satisfied. And I think that, especially in terms of fitness, that can be really hard to continue. If you're never going to be proud of yourself, when are you ever going to reach that goal? You know what I'm saying? So if you're never going to be proud of yourself, regardless of what point of the fitness journey you're in, when will you be? You know? And I have had so many people, myself included, that when you reach whatever said goal is, you're still not happy. And then you're like, now what? And you know, especially when we're talking about fitness never ends. Sorry to say. As long as you're a human, fitness never ends. Now, you can go through cycles and do different things, of course, to keep it interesting, but there's never going to be a time where you're like, wow, I finally graduated from fitness. It's never coming. It's never going to happen. Wow, this is really dirty. So, since that's the case, it kind of makes me feel better that, you know, you're not like behind or you didn't mess up, because we're going to be doing this forever. So you might as well enjoy the spot that you're in now. I think we live in a society where so often everything is like merit based and like completion based. And for me, my personality type especially, I like to check things off of a list. So whenever I finally got it through my head, like, this is never getting checked off the list, I'm gonna be doing this forever, it kind of helped me to like kind of relax into the fact that it's a work in progress. It's always going to be a work in progress, and we're always going to be trying to get better. course, there'll be times where you feel better or you think you look better, but it's not over then. You don't get to a certain point and then you're like, well, I graduated from working out. I graduated from eating healthy. And I think that is like, honestly, an amazing mindset. So that's why perfection is not necessary, because it's always going to be a work of progress. And you can see results better when you're not striving for perfection. And that's just my experience with clients and myself. I am currently pushing myself out of my comfort zone. If you're new here, give this a thumbs up. Welcome. Hi. We're talking about fitness. We're talking about perfection. We're talking about progress. We're talking about pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Right now I'm doing a reverse diet, which means I am upping my carbs a bit, which is scary. Even as a trainer and even as somebody who's very knowledgeable, I say humbly, but I am. Studied this for a while. Doing a reverse diet is super scary. Because you're eating more. And when you're eating more, you start to feel like, is this gonna make me gain weight? Am I gonna get, am I gonna be overweight from doing this? But that's why having a coach and a trainer is so valuable, so that you can take your mind off of that. You can take your mind off of the stress of, am I gonna gain weight, and be more focused on just adhering to the plan. I have a coach right now, and she is the best, and she has talked me off the ledge many times, because it is hard to do a reverse diet. Hello, welcome. We're talking about perfection and how you don't have to be perfect to see results in terms of fitness. Okay, on to the hair. If you're enjoying this, please give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. If you're enjoying this, if you're new here, welcome. I talk about fitness, I talk about health. I am doing a little get ready with me before I go train some clients. I'll be hopping off of here in about 9 minutes. Actually, probably a little less than that. So, if you're new here, I am so happy you made it. I am a personal trainer, and I train many clients at many different levels, but a lot of beginners trying to just make themselves healthier. So, if that's you, I'm glad you're here. I do have workout videos on my channel. If you guys are looking for like a follow-along workout video, I think that could be helpful. Sometimes you just want to like pop on a video and just follow along on the workout, you know what I mean? You don't want to have to read it or think about it. So if that's something that you would like, please subscribe to this channel. I am going to be making more. I'm probably going to do one today or tomorrow. Just a little full body workout or maybe upper body workout. So if you're new here, welcome. Today we're talking about progress over perfection. I feel like this can apply to so many things too. This can apply to fitness, this can apply to your job, this can apply to social media, this can apply to a lot of things. I often get really stuck and caught up in the perfection game. I think it's just my personality type. I grew up as a competitive dancer, and so I think perfection is kind of ingrained in you. So I wouldn't trade that for anything, but yeah, perfection is something I struggle with a lot. So if that's you, welcome. Welcome to the club. Hi, I'm Lindsay and I'm a perfectionist. If you guys want to follow me on other socials, you can. I would love to have you. It's just my name, Lindsay Bell. I try and go live on here every day, so if you're new, please subscribe so you never miss another live. I would love to have you on my next one. Give this a thumbs up if you are just popping in. Hi, welcome. We're talking about perfectionism, and I'm doing a little get ready with me before I go to work. So if you're new here, give this a thumbs up. I appreciate it. It helps other people find this channel. I'm trying to grow my community a little bit so that I can help as many people as possible. So welcome. If you're new here, we're talking about perfectionism and how it does not need to be perfect to see fitness results. So I'm also thinking about doing a workout on live. I think that would be fun. I can answer people's questions. I have a lot of lives where I talk about a lot of different things. Talk about nutrition. Nutrition is definitely the hardest part, and that's where I see people try to be perfect. And I think it's the hardest part to be perfect, or even kind of close to perfect. So if you're in that boat, I would love to help you. You can send me a DM, and I will do my best to help you. Of course, everyone's nutrition is specific to them, so if you, I can give generic advice, but if you want specific advice, let me know. Can you DM people on YouTube? I feel like I wish you could. I wish you could. I think that would be super helpful for people to talk. I do have a community where you can comment. I try and post on there every day. Welcome if you guys are new here. Hi, we're talking about perfectionism and fitness and how they do not go together at all. So if you're new, give me a thumbs up. If you're just joining the chat, hello. Trying to curl the back of my head is so hard. But you know what? We don't need perfection, right? We don't need perfection. Perfection kills progress, let me tell ya. I feel like perfection also kills learning. You know, if we're gonna get really philosophical on it, if you're trying to be perfect all the time, you're never failing. Therefore, you're never learning. I often fall into the cycle of like, oh, I'm not gonna do that because I don't really know how. And that is like a terrible habit to have. Give me a thumbs up if you're new here. Hi, welcome. We're talking about fitness, health and wellness. Give me a thumbs up if you're new here. Don't forget to subscribe. I try and go live every day, different times of the day. Welcome. Okay, I think I'm done. If you guys enjoyed this, please subscribe, give this a thumbs up so other people can find the channel. So happy to have you guys here. I will be back tomorrow. Hello everyone, I'm about to hop off, but I will be back. I'll probably be back later today. I might do a live workout. So if you guys need fitness tips, don't forget to subscribe.